What's your fucking problem?
I'm laughing because this is the test. We didn't test. Welcome the fuck back to Memory Leak, you fucking semen heads.
Willkommen.
Willkommen, bienvenido. We're fucking at it again. I don't know how long it's been. Did we do one last week?
No.
No. Okay.
Right?
We did.
We did. No, we definitely did.
There's a Nintendo Direct on Friday.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
I was pulling it up actually.
Yeah, you pull it up. But I'm gonna. All right, this is Memory Leak. I'm Geron, $50 amiibo Geron.
Benjamin.
Yeah. Damn. I finally got fucking plates on my Viola today, so it's all good.
Does it feel good?
Yeah.
You feel plated up?
I feel like I don't have anything left to do with the car. It's good.
Wow.
Makes you feel good.
Pretty cool.
But look. We here at Nintendo.
Here's what I'm going to say. Nintendo is cooked. No, I'm kidding. I'm completely kidding.
No,
but
I think they're not cooked. But some of the stuff indicates a certain amount of
yeah, I think it was a mixed
bag
of announcements.
Yeah,
I think
on people.
There was some good stuff. The pricing was another thing altogether.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that.
Yeah,
not in defense of it, just the reality of it.
I know. I mean, that's what we're here to do. We're here to grapple with reality as human beings.
Yeah. So look.
Can I start with an update on Silk Song? You can start.
Go ahead.
So I'm at the end of Silk Song, and I know the last time I was like, it's at best an 8 out of 10 game. It's another Metroidvania, just very polished.
Yeah.
I would say that I understand the hype now.
Okay.
There's shit in the game that they have designed in a way that it all fits together in such an organic feeling way that your playthrough might look and feel completely different from someone else's playthrough. Yeah. Even though it's a Metroidvania where it has all the same thing where like you can quote get everything and like do everything and see everything. But like there's certain almost like scenarios. Like there's one scenario that I straight up did not come across and I straight up missed, but I can still go back to that area and get all the stuff. I can't like do it the same way that other people did it. I don't really want to like get into spoilers.
You don't need to talk about the details.
It's very much like when people talk about like the Dark Souls of 2D games.
That's the kind of stuff they really mean.
It's the stuff that people like about it.
Yeah.
The sort of emergent narrative element of it, and like, you know, the flavor text and the lore and the how, like, depending on what you do and what order you do things, which like, that's something that I almost feel like Metroid leaned away from because they were scared of not getting that right.
Right.
But that's where the 7 years went.
Okay.
Straight up, like, it's really impressive to me how out of order you can do things. Yeah. And still do the things.
Be on
there's upgrades that are there are traversal upgrades that you full on don't need to get to beat the last boss. And I did that on accident. And I went back and I was like, holy shit, I can't believe that this extremely common Metroidvania mechanic A is in the game and B is optional.
It's completely optional.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of curious as to what it is that you.
All right, spoiler alert. Just fast forward if you want to.
Close your ears.
Double jump.
Oh, you double jump. The double jump is
double jump is full on optional.
Okay.
Like the movement, all right. End of spoilers. The end of the move, not the end, but the implementation of the movement mechanics is so well done that like there's stuff that you can get, like you kind of know it's out of reach, and it's like there feels like there's going to be a double jump in this game. Yeah. The things that are like that are fully optional. There'll be like, you know, maybe a health upgrade, whatever it is. Right. But all the other stuff, like you can also like maneuver using the traversal skills that you do have available. Yeah. Like pogoing off of spikes is generally like kind of optional because it's like high risk, quote unquote. But I do it all the time because it's fun.
Yeah.
And then, you know, just the way you use some of the other traversal mechanics and like connect them together and stuff. Like you can traverse a lot of stuff.
Move. Yeah.
I also didn't know that there was like a full-on weapon upgrade, and I was like playing through the bosses at the end of the game. I was like, holy fuck. I was like, these bosses take so long. They're so hard and they take so long. Why is this happening to me?
And you thought the game was just like that.
No, I mean, Hollow Knight has a weapon upgrade system. Okay, so I was like, do I want to just like go back and clean everything up, because my whole thing with like playing these games and playing most games these days, my mentality is like the general design paradigm of like all games at this point is developers want their players to be able to see everything.
Right. Yeah.
So nowadays missables are not really a thing.
Yeah.
So what I typically do is I'll go through the game until I feel like I'm at the end of the game, and then I'll do cleanup. Because like you get the movement, the required movement things, you get them as you progress, right? So I was doing that, and it wasn't even intentional. Again, the way that this game is set up is there's all these branching directions you can just like. It's intended for you to just like organically explore on your own pace. Everything is, I would say, reasonably at the same level of difficulty.
Sure.
Like nothing is like obviously much harder and intended to be done at quote end game.
So the difficulty is even because of that. But because it's even, the difficulty starts up here.
Yeah.
And that's probably
I think the beginning of the game is the hardest part of the game. Yeah.
And that's not the most uncommon. It's like Zelda 2 is the same kind of game where I think it's the hardest.
Yeah.
Toward the beginning of the game. It gets hard in it, but then you know what you're doing and you have the tools to do it.
Yeah, it's interesting because I see a lot of things about like how the game is uneven and its boss design and reward progression system. People don't feel like they're being adequately compensated for bosses or for like bosses that have longer runbacks than others.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the whole runback thing is like, it's very intentional which bosses have which longer runbacks and why, whether it's thematically or boss difficulty wise or it is tied to like there is an element of like significant progression that is provided to you, whether it's a shortcut.
Yeah.
You know, it could be something that you're not even really
like
processing. Processing as such a big deal that until you start to like, get through the map.
Yeah.
That Polygon actually had an article today that was very self-aware, and I was very kind of surprised to see this, but I was happy about it because I agree with it completely. They were basically lamenting these things, but from the perception of somebody who's been a video game quote unquote journalist having to play through all these games. And there's a line in there where they're like, I think I had mistaken for so long comfort and quality of life for good game design. Yeah. And I think that's a really important point that I think a lot of games have forgotten.
I think a lot of games, and I think a lot of players have forgotten.
Exactly.
Like really have forgotten. It's we've mentioned like friction before, but I do think a lot of people think because it's put, it's not, something isn't handed to you, you can't teleport or some shit.
Right.
That it's bad game design. And they'll say bad game design. Like it's not bad or good.
Right.
It's just game
design. It is what it is, and you can interpret it as... You
don't like it because it's... because you have to do something.
I think the runback thing is especially almost like it like tells people off for like who they are and how they go about approaching games.
Yeah.
Because the mastery of the whole quote unquote run back path or finding another run back path is part of what makes Silksong what it is at its core, which is like learning scenarios, whether that scenario is a boss or an area or whatever it is, and like getting better at the game. Like it is a get good game that it doesn't hold your hand, but it's like it's more forgivable than people give it credit for. Like I keep seeing these things like it's so hard. It's the hardest game. It's harder than Elden Ring. It's harder than Dark Souls.
You said more forgiving. You mean more forgiving?
Yeah, more forgiving. Did I say forgivable?
Forgivable, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's more forgiving of the players.
Right. Yeah.
There's just like getting rosaries is like so simple. Like if you ever need to like quote farm for like a shop or something, you can do it in like minutes. Like it's not a big deal at all.
When that sounds like, so I'll make sure you all know I haven't really played Silksong in its entirety. I played bits and pieces. Just
also the bosses. Just one final point.
Yeah,
the bosses. To my point, like I was playing the game on base damage, and I was beating some of the people. What people said are the hardest bosses, or hardest areas.
Yeah,
whether it's like an arena fight of multiple mobs, and you have to start it over from the beginning, and it's frustrating. Yeah. But like you have to remember that you need to feel that sense of frustration to feel the satisfaction of doing something. But like bosses at most have like 3, maybe 4 attacks.
Yeah,
and that's it. Like it's not that hard. It's really not that hard of a set of bosses. If you're just
willing to watch the pattern. And
the hardest things are the bosses that have ads or additional monsters. Because it adds a random element to it.
Right.
Bosses are random in terms of which move they use, but there's like also an even distribution.
I was going to say, it's, like you can kind of expect
random. It's pseudo random. But enemies do feel like pretty it feels like bullshit sometimes. I will give that.
Yeah, it's what's it called? In the back on the farming thing. A lot of the times I see people interpret grinding and farming as something that's wasting their time, but I'm like, really? It's just because you're doing it like you're doing it inefficiently.
Yeah,
you're doing instead of going to a place or the place that'll net you a lot of stuff, or just repeating it on a place that you think is netting you a lot of stuff. You just kind of grind it out there when really you're supposed to kind of just go do things and you'll get them.
And that's the other thing
with RPGs and
you get items that give you rosaries that you don't lose those items, right? That's one thing. You can buy them infinitely from the merchants, so you can it takes away a little bit of it because it's they want some element of risk reward,
right?
And then there's items that you collect and you turn them in and you get rosaries, and they're always within a map of the shop. So it's just not that bad.
Yeah,
it's not that hard.
And anyone who
it's a fairly accessible game from my perspective.
And that's not even a new game design thing. That's a thing that's always been around. And then what you're saying about learning the patterns of bosses and stuff like that. I mean, how are the proper Souls games popular if people aren't willing to do that?
I'll tell you why. Because those games are RPGs, they're not action games.
Well,
Sekiro, Sekiro is the
more
one.
of an action game.
Sekiro is closer to this.
Yeah.
Sekiro is significantly harder than Silksong.
Yeah.
Significantly. It's way more demanding in terms of the tells, your reaction times, the number of moves that bosses have. Sekiro, it's no question that Sekiro is a much harder game.
And readability is different because it's 3D.
Exactly.
But that's one of the things that puts people off fighting games, because they already think that getting beaten is something people don't like.
Right.
If getting beaten is getting to the point where people see it as the game stealing time from them, or the other player stealing time from them, when it's not really what's happening.
Right.
That is what the game is.
It's how people perceive their time being spent.
Yeah. It has to always be progress, and I think that's especially with a leisure activity like playing video games.
Right.
I think interpreting it that way, obviously you're oh, they're wasting my time and I only have so much time to play this. But at the same time, you can go back and be oh, this is how much game I have to enjoy until I'm done with it. And because I'm not
well, and it's also just not for everybody.
It isn't for
everybody. Which is fine. Silksong is not going to be for everybody. And that's completely fine. It goes back to that whole thing we were talking about last time of people don't want to be missing out or whatever. Which is a different sort of mental issue.
Mental issue is exactly right.
It's the whole succumbing to FOMO thing.
Yeah, and it's that, and then there's people that believe that they have to win.
Yeah,
it's you don't have to.
They deserve to win because they've put in X number of hours. Yeah,
and even if it's not in that game, they think because they've played so many games before that they should automatically be able to breeze through this, or breathe through whatever game. It's no. You not being able to do that does not mean the game is badly designed. You not being able to do that just means you're playing a different game.
People are struggling to extrapolate their own preferences and tastes for objective game design.
For just what it is.
Right.
Again, not good or bad, just what the game is.
Right.
But one day I'll play through Hollow Knight all the way. One day I'll deal with it. One day
it's kind of funny because I was seeing some takes online. And I don't know how accurate they are because I'm not going to go do this. But they're after you've played Silksong, Hollow Knight feels like a baby game. It feels like a baby game, which might be true. I could see that.
I could see that at least if you go back to it and do it from the beginning too, especially where you can't move basically, in comparison. And that's why I think if I'm gonna actually play Silksong at any point, I have to play the first game.
I think you do. I do think. Well, they're also. I think there's not a lot of connection between them, but there are some flavor text things.
Yeah, that's not even something I'm concerned with.
No, I know, but just from a core game design perspective, I definitely sense the perspective that there is an expectation that the person playing the game has played the first game all the way through.
Yeah,
mechanically, the things they are asking you to do, what they throw at you, it feels like part two. It feels like part two.
I've heard people compare that to Metroid Prime 2, where it's Prime 2 just kind of turns up the knob on a lot of different things.
Exactly.
Even down to your ability to remember the maps. Like, remember how the map functions because of the two worlds. But yeah, no. So
it's a good game though. I'll say it. I would probably I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. Okay. I think it's quite a good video game.
I don't doubt that it's good. It's hard for me to look at and listen to, unfortunately. And
that's fair. I was there was a Northern Lion clip that I think is definitely spot on, where like he's like vocally been like, I'm not gonna play this game. It's not interested to me at all. And everyone's like, you're rage baiting. He's like, it's just my opinion.
It's just how I feel. I know.
And he's like, it looks like it was made in Scratch. And I was like, that's kind of a truth to that.
Yeah. not to be reductive of it or anything. It's just not the look and the sound, the audio and the visual experience is not really appealing to me in any way.
And that's fine. And that's fine.
Yeah.
I think from an appreciation of a game design perspective, it is worth blasting through.
Right.
And you know how Metroid games, you were talking about the length of the game, how you wish it was shorter?
Yeah.
I can understand that, but going back to my whole point about how organically the game you can kind of do whatever. Every Metroid game has a speedrun sort of system into it, depending on like what little graphic you get in the ending.
Right. Yeah.
To also sort of like benchmark how efficiently you're going through the game. And like Metroid Dread, I think it's like 4 hours is the fastest.
4 hours is the fastest.
Silk Song, as a comparative perspective, 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
So you can beat it a lot faster than you think you can.
Yeah.
There's also a whole like third. So there's Act 1, Act 2, and then you can get unending. And then there's
does that ending like roll credits, and then there's a Castlevania
There's a whole third section of the game,
flipped castle kind of.
Exactly.
But one day I'll play it. I'm getting crustier every day, but
it's fine.
I'll find time if I feel like it. I'm not in any rush either, though.
No, there's no rush here.
But yeah, so
they don't need to make any other video games.
They could probably chill for now. Yeah. I'm speaking about chilling. Speaking about games that are $20. Like we were saying, there was a Nintendo Direct.
Yep.
And we always talk about the presentations from all the publishers and whatnot. So this one was about an hour long.
Which was like their longest Direct. It's the longest length that they've ever had a Direct for.
Is it the long? It's one of
according to Wikipedia.
Oh, okay. It might
60
be the
minutes is the longest. And that's on the long end of the spectrum for a main stage Direct.
And what it started with something I should have anticipated, but for some reason decided they're not going to do that.
Mario 40th?
The Mario 40th anniversary.
Which of those did you think they're not going to do?
I just didn't think they were going to do
Galaxy 2.
No. I didn't think they were going to do a 40th anniversary in the first place.
Why?
It just felt
they did a 35th and a 30th.
Yeah, I know. It just feels like too recent to those. So I was like, maybe
COVID
they'll just
fucked up your brain.
Slightly,
I get it.
No. But I like maybe they'll slightly they'll bring it up.
Yeah.
But it won't be like a whole celebration thing. Especially because like the main event for this was the movie. That makes complete sense to me. And it's
cool that it's a Galaxy movie.
Yeah, I'll
probably
really cool
see it.
I'll see it, and then I'll see it once. I'll reluctantly buy a copy of it, like I did the first one. I say reluctantly. I bought it on purpose. I probably it's just going to be another Easter egg hunt. I don't care. I don't. The first movie, in my opinion, is not really a great movie.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah,
I think everyone can understand that it's a serviceable movie.
Yeah,
it's a fun time, especially for people that have played a lot of the Mario games. And that's okay.
all.
That's all it needs
to be.
Right? That's fine.
I could even deal with the movie with literally no character saying words.
Yeah,
just using a couple of sound bites from the game. Everyone shuts the fuck up, and it just plays out whatever. But it's cool that it's a Galaxy thing, and it's cool that they've leaned into Galaxy with the intent of re-releasing again Galaxy 1, and for the first time
since the Wii.
Since the Wii, and I guess Wii U. Galaxy 2, which should have been in 3D All-Stars, I'll say. But at least in this case, you can buy it by itself.
I was so thankful.
Yeah.
At least there's that. They're pretty expensive, though.
They are expensive. It's a Switch game, but they've already it already has Switch 2 enhancements. If you play it on Switch 2, you get the 4K,
boosted,
you get the frame rate.
So that was gonna be my first question.
Yeah.
Do you think if you were to pop 3D All-Stars in, you were to pop Galaxy from this Galaxy 2 collection, Are they going to look exactly the same?
No.
Okay.
I believe that this version of Galaxy is going to have
It's upscaled.
It has improved textures and everything too.
Improved textures.
The UI. I've seen a UI comparison. The UI uses the newer Mario font than it because the other game, the original.
I did see the font comparison.
Yeah, the original game uses uses like an AI upscaled version of the Mario 64 font that they use in the original game. That's just how it was.
Yeah.
I absolutely heavily doubt they're going to touch the All Stars version, despite them updating that over the years to add controller support and things like that. But
because now it's a cheaper copy of the game, so it has to reflect that value,
right? And that you can't get that one anymore.
I also saw that they listed mouse controls as being something.
I could imagine
they're compatible with, like maybe the
I can
partner
imagine
mode.
The partner mode or the pointer,
just
the on-screen pointer would probably be easier to control.
So it almost is like a Wii nunchuck situation where you use the left Joy-Con as it is, and then the right mouse to point and jump and do whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure you can use the gyro the way that it was on the Wii and on the Switch, the original Switch version.
I'm excited for Galaxy 2 though. I think Galaxy 2 is a better designed game. I think
Galaxy 2 is a better video game.
Yeah.
It might not have the hub world, like the same kind of big. It's not big.
Right. The presentation is simplified, but streamlined.
It feels more dense with gameplay. And that's what
It's got more worlds with more variety of
stuff. Just more things going on. It might have a couple of more gimmicks here and there where you like Yoshi has the tongue pointer thing and all that.
Right.
Whatever, it's fine. I really, really like Galaxy 2.
I think Galaxy 2 it justified a sequel being made.
Yeah, they clearly had more ideas to pack into something like this, and they did it with a game.
And I think
just those ideas.
Not to spoil, but the one Galaxy, you know what I'm talking about? The music on that.
Yeah.
I was listening to it because they booted up the Nintendo Music.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, it is a good version of that track. It's a really good version of that track. The big band style.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is when I think Galaxy 2 specifically is when they started really doing the big band stuff for a lot of the
because Galaxy 1 was still pretty strictly orchestra.
Yeah, it was more orchestra, and it actually had some of the tracks that were still MIDI in that, like the star acquisition music is done by live instruments in Galaxy 2, which I don't think people actually
noticed.
Noticed and thought about.
So yeah, it's a level of polish.
Yeah.
So tell me, you're gonna get both.
I'm not gonna get both.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
I already pre-purchased Galaxy 2 and only Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
Because I really don't need another copy of Galaxy 1. As much as I like Galaxy 1, I have it on Wii. I can play that on my Wii U if I really want to, like with the disc. I have it on Switch already.
Yeah.
And the 1080p presentation on Switch is fine.
Yeah.
Like I played it 100% again.
Yeah, I did too. I played it 200%.
Yeah, exactly. I did everything
Luigi
you can do.
Mode. Did I do that actually? I've done it more than once.
I've done it more. Yeah, I've everything you can do in that collection, I've done it.
Yeah.
So I don't need to.
You did all the blue coins and sunshine without a guide?
All right. I can't.
One of the biggest lies I've ever heard somebody tell me.
Most enormous.
As a 10-year-old, that you got all the blue coins.
You'd still be working. You'd still be doing it.
So sick.
But sorry, you know who you are. But
no, he doesn't listen. Fine.
Oh, okay, well, but like on the price, $40 for each individually, or $70 for them together. The price is fucked up. I'm gonna say
this is definitely the direct of fucked up pricing.
Yeah, this
without
collection,
a doubt.
In a world where we got Metroid Prime remastered 2 years ago
for $40, yeah.
With fully remastered visuals, everything. This should be like I'll check the quality of them when they come out finally, but this should.
I'm
be
hard pressed to believe that this is going to be the same level of remaster quality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like there's $40. Like I'm saying, the $40 should be for both. There should be $20 each.
How much was the All Stars collection?
The All Stars collection was $50, but those three games. I think it was $50. Maybe it was $60.
I think it was $50. I remember it being cheaper than I expected.
Yeah, I remember it being easy to just buy when they announced it. The $70 for both on one Switch game card.
Did I see
is a lot of money?
Yeah,
the Pikmin 1 and 2 wasn't even that fucking much. Which obviously they valued
each, right?
Huh?
They were 20 each.
I don't remember because I bought the.
I want to say they were 20 each.
I bought the one that has both of them on there. I think that was 50. Yeah. So maybe they weren't 20 each.
25 then.
Maybe.
You can buy them individually though, right?
You can buy them individually. Yeah.
I can't see it because I already bought them.
Yeah. I mean, I have it on a physical card.
So yeah, I know.
I can check, but I think that the pricing is a mix of our tariff situation,
for sure.
The world economy situation. All the publishers finally getting to the point where like, all right, y'all really have been getting games for kind of cheap. It's over. We got to make money on these.
Yeah.
And just they've been enabled to do it.
Right.
Which is like positive or negative.
I saw an interesting thing.
Yeah.
And I think I posted it. It was an interview from a former Capcom developer.
Yeah. I saw
and he was like, people hate it, but what Nintendo is doing is keeping the video game industry somewhat healthy and alive.
Like worth something.
Right.
The Pikmin 1 and 2 are 30 each, but they're 50.
Okay, 30 each, so instead of 20.
Yeah. So you get a deal if you buy them.
So that being said, 40 actually feels somewhat on the mark because those are kind of just the GameCube games.
Yeah.
Like not even Wii games.
They funny enough, they're the Wii versions of the GameCube games,
that's true,
but rendered at rendered in HD. But even the HUDs are still stretched horizontally, which is annoying, but whatever. Don't look at my phone unless you want to see this dude again.
It does hurt though. It hurts. Yeah. Did I also see that it was going to be another limited release like 3D All-Stars?
It's not.
It's not?
It's not. I believe that physical might be sort of limited.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be you'll be able to buy this in perpetuity.
Okay.
This is it.
That was such a weird choice.
I understand the decision to just kind of be like, oh, it's special kind of thing. It's not that made sense to me. Like as dumb as
like now you can't get Sunshine.
Exactly.
Like you just can't get it anymore.
I mean, exactly.
Like why? Why did they do that?
Now, if you want it, you got to wait for them to put it on Switch Online and have a Switch 2.
Oh, that's true. They did kind of advertise that.
Yeah.
They were probably thinking about that already.
They absolutely were. Now seeing
a good point.
Things go,
I didn't think
absolutely
about that.
We're thinking about that.
It also means that they're definitely not doing Wii classics.
Yeah. It's like Wii is out of the question for the moment, but I mean, you never know at the same time. I can tell they used the 3D All-Stars collection to build that GameCube emulator for for Switch, and they decided like they customized it so Sunshine would run correctly on the original Switch, and then decided, all right, fuck that, we need the extra overhead from Switch 2 to guarantee that we can just put the games on there, and put them out
and not worry about it.
And just last thing about the Galaxy situation, Amiibo. It's cool that there's
I forgot they were even doing that. I looked at that and I was like, it went in one year and out the other. It was such a nothing thing to me.
Those Amiibo look really nice.
They're also huge, aren't they?
I don't know if
I think comparison size, they're like almost twice as big as the normal
They might
Amiibos.
be Street Fighter 6 size Amiibo then.
Yeah.
But again, price.
Yeah.
The price of Amiibo is completely fucked.
That's definitely a tariff thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's
like
100%.
Digital video games is hard to make a tariff.
It's hard to make that argument. That
Amiibo is completely.
Amiibo is 100%. That those sons of bitches are definitely.
I also think that's why they're making them bigger, because they get some element of economies of scale.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, they're bigger, so they're
worth more to you.
Yeah, I think that's almost a business decision at that point of why they're bigger and why they're more expensive, but like to that degree.
But yeah, like I don't remember the price of the Amiibo. I just remember them being high enough that I'm like, maybe they're 40, maybe they're 50. They're just high enough that I'm like, you know what?
Past the point of buying.
It's not. I can't just be like, I can just order these now.
Right.
It's like, do I really, really fucking want and like these? The answer is.
Did they say if they unlock anything?
I don't. Like, what the fuck can they possibly fucking unlock in these?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like in one ear and out the other.
And I hardly like. When Amiibo have features, I do hardly use them anyway.
Right.
Like I'll use them a couple times. Be like, oh, cool.
I use it the one time. That it's like expected that you'll use it,
and that shit goes right back on the shelf. Which fine, their figure is meant to be put on the shelf, but Jesus Christ, for $12 that was great. For $13, whatever, $16. I'm starting to push it. Now we're getting to like $20 for just a normal Amiibo.
50.
We're getting to $50.
for Kirby Air Ride.
Kirby ass meal, which it's cool. They have little like features and like toy features, but
do that? Does it like ride the star?
You can put Kirby on the star and the Waddle Dee on the other thing, but you can also mix them. You can interchange them.
It's funny.
So
it's funny, but also I'm not gonna buy it.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, until those shits are not $50, it's whatever. But it's great that Galaxy 2, Galaxy 1 are going to be available individually to purchase. It's just that price sucks my ass.
Yeah.
Balls.
Yeah.
So
especially when you got Silk Song for $20, UFO 50 for $20.
You have a lot of these like full hours worth of content. Not saying that hours equate the value of the game, but it's hard to make that comparison.
Yeah, it's not like a trinket. It's a fully featured, fully designed video game. Yeah. That you can get a lot of fun out of.
Right. And like I understand Nintendo trying to increase the perceived value of their stuff, but I do also understand the criticism of,
for sure,
of like being priced out of shit. Granted, it's honestly the entire country that's being priced out of a lot of different fucking things. And
fucking
if you think
$10 dollar meals at McDonald's, man, crazy.
It's
the dollar menu's in place, but the value meal where it's minimum $3.
Exactly, $3 or $4. Yeah,
it's interesting. An interesting time.
Yeah,
stagflation abound.
Right. So what came after? There was Mario.
I don't have the order here. They just kind of ordered it by like what's interesting.
I'm trying to remember all the Mario stuff. There's Mario Tennis Fever, and that looks fucking hype.
It looks good.
That game looks fun. It looks like they got rid of the little motion control.
Yeah, it looks.
Aspect of the.
I was impressed with the level of detail. Some of the like quote unquote advanced movement, like diving and like
they're just like straight up diving, straight up sliding.
It almost looked like a I don't know, like a professional tennis game.
Yeah, it
kind of.
It looks like a lot of these games, especially these Mario games, are leaning back. Are pulling back on some of the more ridiculous aspects of them and leaning a little bit more into just kind of chilling out.
Right.
Like Mario Kart World does that, which a lot of people don't like, but I don't give a fuck. I like it that way. Like Mario Tennis Aces was already kind of built like a fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
And this game is just more of that, which is cool. I didn't buy Aces because I didn't really like I like gyro control, but I didn't like using it to like aim the shot on the other thing. But this doesn't have that. It seems like it has zones instead of that. And that I'm kind of into. And this is Switch 2 only, so it'll probably be $70. Oops.
It is $70 confirmed.
Yeah, okay. So but
it's a lot for Mario Tennis game.
Yeah, it does have the RPG situation back where you're playing as the babies trying to get their skills back to turn back to normal. Yeah. But so I hope they release a demo like they often do with these games.
Right.
And I'll give it a shot. But I'm glad Mario Tennis still exists and it's within.
I mean, you're gonna get like, it's an easy like filler game for lack of a better word to like keep their pipeline healthy.
Keep stuff in there.
It's what they can give to other developers to like almost prove themselves. Like that's what Camelot was doing in the early days. So I think you're going to see all of the Mario sports games in one shape or another.
Show up somehow, yeah.
But yeah, so all right, I did finally get this pulled. Super Mario Bros. Wonder Switch 2 edition.
I'm happy about that because I didn't finish Wonder on the original Switch.
Interesting.
Because when around when we were getting to the end, mid like 2024, I was like, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I was like, the releases are slowing down. The next thing is probably on its way.
Right.
And then when it came out and I saw that there were Switch 2 editions and then they used like Mario to illustrate the 120 frames thing, I was like, they're probably gonna do Wonder. I expected it with day one, but they announced it here for spring, and I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. I'll finish the game with the Switch 2 edition. I don't mind spending another $20 on it.
Right.
I paid the $60 however long ago. Actually, I used a voucher on it, so I paid $50 however long ago. And a bunch of new multiplayer mini games, a bunch of other content. It just looks like a more complete version of an already good game.
Right.
Like, I'm happy about it.
Yeah. The physical talking flower was an interesting choice.
The physical talking flower is an extremely dumbass idea because that thing has.
It's like the most annoying thing in that game.
Yeah, it's like I like the talking flower, but without context in the real world, if from a fucking like
it's really weird,
likely tinny speaker. God, y'all should have just licensed that to somebody else. Come on, like I know you're a toy company, but please, God, fucking freaks.
Yeah.
We
finally got the Metroid Prime 4 release date.
Metroid Prime 4 release date is December 4th.
I feel like whoever cut that trailer together probably needs to do a better job.
I think whoever has been cutting the trailers at all are given an assignment like don't really show much,
right?
But make it look cool.
I don't think they did a good job of making it. Yeah,
it's like, hard to do that with what they showed. Just
right,
because the first time I saw it, I was kind of like, I watched it again. Like I was like really like, especially because I was already sleepy. I had woken up and I was like, y'all sure about this? But watching it again, I was like, okay, this actually is.
It's going to be. This is probably going to be
cool.
Fun.
This is going to be cool. I like, despite being told I was coping when I was saying shit like that. I was like, this is going to be like genuinely cool. It's not. I don't think they're going to keep you on the bike very long. And I think when you're on the bike, outside of looking for like extra shit here and there,
right.
I don't think that desert's going to be the only environment. I think that's the one they showed because that was the one that shows the least.
The thing that I immediately thought of when I saw the bike was there's a mechanic in the God of War games for PS4/PS5.
Yeah.
I forget which planet it is, but it's like a desert planet. And it's the same kind of thing where it's almost like it feels open zone-ish.
Yeah.
And you're on this like you're getting dragged with you have like your chains attached to it, and you like kind of navigate and find little spots to like jump off and like you know do little puzzles or whatever, collect things. I feel like it's just gonna be something like that.
I like seeing that. I saw that building that was in the trailer that they didn't go to, but they kind of just looked at. It's gonna be, if anything, it's gonna be like, hopefully it'll be just like mini MGS5 in that environment where there's kind of outposts and things, little things to do on your way to whatever your objective is. And then when you get to the environments, like the more corridor, the normal environments, then you're just going to be playing Prime again.
Right.
I think this was a way of keeping you playing the game, because Metroid Prime 3 has the different planets, but there's a lot of sitting in your shit and a lot of pressing buttons. There's a lot of waiting for load screens.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about Prime 3.
And then if you fuck up and you go to like the wrong landing spot, you have to watch Samus get out of the ship. You have to be like, this is the wrong fucking spot. You have to get back in, do the whole thing over again.
I am glad that they're aware that that's annoying though, because that was really bad in the Wii generation in general.
Like
that's actually one of the things that annoyed me about Galaxy 2. That's like one of the few things that really irritated me was like with the green stars. It's like from the time that you get the star to the time you're back on the ship and then back in a level is like, there's a lot of play the fucking video game.
And hopefully they make some like they've made like, because Metroid Prime 4 is a Switch 1 game,
right?
With that happens to have a Switch 2 edition,
right?
The Switch 2 edition is probably the real game at this point, But it being a Switch 1 game also means that the Switch 2 probably has, like, if the Switch 1 has load times in places, the Switch 2 is like just brute forced optimize those out because of the faster speeds and everything. At the same time, you will have to contend with the fact that the game might visually be rough in certain places. Like zooming in close to that bike was not something they should have started with.
Exactly.
Because that bike is not meant to be looked at.
Yeah, whoever cut that trailer, just really strange choices.
Yeah, like because it's designed for Switch 1, it's just going to look a certain way. Because the games, like the Metroid Prime games, target 60 FPS flat.
Yeah.
All of them. And I don't think they're going to give that up on Switch 1.
Right.
So on Switch 2, you're going to see things look better. They're going to look sharper. They're probably going to run better. You can run it at 120 hertz. But you're still dealing with assets that are derived from something that's meant to run well on Switch 1. And like hopefully that'll be acceptable for most of the people that are interested in this. Like that intro area and everything, it still looks crazy for a Switch 1 game. But for a Switch 2 game, it's probably not pushing it to its limit by any means, which is fine. But I'm excited for the game, genuinely. I don't think it's going to uproot Prime 1 as my favorite of the Prime games, but I'm excited to see what the fuck they're working on here.
Yeah. next on the list, Pokemon Pokopia.
Pokopia.
I thought by the beginning of this trailer, when I knew what it was, I was like rolling my eyes and groaning. I was like, it's like we don't need another fucking farm sim, just skins to be Pokemon.
Yeah.
By the end of the trailer, I was like, this is kind of cool.
By the end, it's not really something I buy.
When they showed off that the premise is, actually, you're building the Pokemon towns.
Exactly.
From the mainline games.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a cool way to do it.
Way to frame it, especially. It's like, this, like, when having the camera set the way they did for the end of that, I was like, oh, shit. It's like, okay, this is what, like, the 3DS and like, earlier 3D games looked like.
And I'll say this. The spin-off Pokemon games have been really good in the last generation or so.
The spin-off games tend to have the ideas that people are like want in the main game. And it's and they're outsourced. So even like Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap, that game ran well, it looked good.
Dude, new Pokemon Snap, banger game.
Like you can ask Alex about that, listener. And that game ran at 60 FPS on Switch 1 as well. Yeah. And I think like Koei Tecmo is doing this game. And I
didn't even catch that. That's funny.
Yeah, like who knows what kind of experience they're going to bring to make this like an interesting entry into the Pokemon experience.
Right. Then the decision after that, kind of going back to the whole pricing thing, really kind of like fucked me up a little. So with Pokemon Zaza coming out next month, they're like, oh yeah, and also there's going to be a $20 DLC. Like before the game is out. Yeah. And it's like, that's pretty bold-faced. Pretty bald-faced? Bald-faced.
Bald-faced, yeah.
That's pretty bald-faced to drop that.
It's like...
To pre-order the DLC before the game's even out.
It's not...
That's a money grab.
I was going to say, it's not an unusual thing, but it's like...
That right there is a money grab.
It's very clearly like, y'all who are really interested in this are gonna feel like you have to have it because the whole nature of Pokemon is getting everything.
Right. I know in that vein too, people are also pretty pissed off because the Mega Stones to Mega Evolve the 3 starters are locked to behind ranked plays that are tied to seasons, so you can't even get all 3 of them at launch. Which kind of sucks because it's like, oh, I want to Mega Evolve my starter when I played the video game through in single player, but that's not how it works. But at the same time, the Gen 6 starters didn't have Mega Evolve in the base games at all, which was always a strange choice.
It's on one hand, it sucks if you want to just buy the one product and have access to everything.
Right.
On the other hand, it's kind of just the way video games are now.
Yeah.
Where you buy something,
you got to engage
that's your ticket in,
and
then you have to decide if you want this extra stuff, and then if you can put the time investment for the multiplayer aspect to unlock this other thing. And because the way Pokemon has the single player and multiplayer tied together the way it does, you can't like the cat's out of the bag. The stuff is online. You're not getting just normal stuff again. So your best bet is just to be happy with the base game,
right?
Like try and not like FOMO your way into believing you need all this other content. Maybe it'll get a discount. It won't. I'm just putting that in the air to maybe make it happen. It won't. But on the other hand, maybe like the trading and things like that.
It would be nice if some of these motherfucking DLCs would come with Switch Online, like they advertised.
Probably should. Yeah, I think I think this game, in fact, should probably just come with. Actually, let me back the fuck up. I think every one of these consoles should at least come with 3 months to a year of Switch Online. If you buy a Switch 2, you should just get several months or a whole year of Switch Online for your first year outright. I appreciate that that might set up an expectation in someone's head that's like, oh, it was free. What? But at the same time, once they understand the value of what they're getting, like the NES games, the cloud saves, all this other shit,
you should at least get like
more willing to spend like the 20 or the 50.
Is there no trial period?
There's a 7-day trial period.
7 days.
7 days. That's not enough.
There should be a 1 month trial.
That's what I'm saying. I really think you should be given at the very least the 3 months when you get your console.
Yeah, it would never be 3 months, but I think 1 month is fair.
They did the Switch Lite, the Zelda one. The system costs like $10 more, but they also gave you a year of Switch Online with expansion pack.
That's pretty good.
I think they should be doing that.
That's
I gave
good.
that to somebody because
I guess 3 months isn't a big deal because it's pretty cheap for an online service. I keep forgetting. It's like 25 bucks.
It's $20. It's just 20 for a year
for the base?
individual base. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which is really, in the scheme of it, if you can afford to buy these games in the first place, you can afford that.
Right.
But yeah. So yeah, price is all fucked up. Don't think we don't know. So
yeah. Hyrule Warriors, they added a release date. I don't have much to say about it. I don't know. It's like the third fucking showcase of this game.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting.
The game's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fine. If you like Warriors games, it's gonna be no worse than the other two.
Yeah.
And this one looks like it's gonna run at 60 FPS.
Yeah.
So it's probably gonna be fine. There isn't really much to talk about.
New Yoshi game. This is probably the only new main Nintendo first party game that they announced, I think.
This was included with the Mario stuff too.
Oh, right. Yeah. Spring 2026.
Yeah.
Another Yoshi game, another feeling the exact same way about them, which is that it looks really appealing from a visual aesthetic.
Looks nice.
And it's probably going to be a stupid, simple, easy, not fun video game for somebody older than 5 years old.
Right. And this is one of those games where I'd like to have like a Game Pass style situation. I
don't really understand how they could make a really fantastic Yoshi video game and then just like decide they didn't want to make good video games for Yoshi anymore.
I think there's just something about the intent with Yoshi became to be like Kirby.
It's a little unfair because I do think Woolly World was actually pretty good.
Sure, but it's still an easy game. Yeah. It's not like it has more teeth than Kirby's Epic Yarn, but it's not a bad game, but it's very much just to kind of sit and enjoy.
Yeah,
you're not trying to challenge yourself outside of getting like 100%, which is not that's like the game anyway. If you're trying to get any kind of challenge out of it, not in a bad way, but it's just how it is.
All right,
I love ads.
And then they had a pretty crazy drop, which I really did not expect, which was
Virtual Boy.
Virtual Boy. I laughed pretty hard when I saw that. I'll be honest.
This was another one where I was like,
acknowledging
about this?
Acknowledging that the Virtual Boy exists.
Yeah.
And then rebuilding the console basically from scratch to allow it to use the Switch console.
Put the Switch console in.
Uses the Labo version of VR.
Yeah, the $25 cardboard version is using the Labo.
Yeah, it's the exact Labo lens, just reframed a little bit.
Yeah, which is kind of cool because that means you have those that'll fit a Switch 2 now.
Right. Yeah, which was there was a game that used it had like a VR. Was it Toad's Treasure Tracker?
It has the VR mode.
Yeah. Was it Odyssey?
Odyssey has it.
Okay.
Breath of the Wild has it.
Doesn't Ultimate have it?
Smash Ultimate has it. A lot of games.
What was Breath of the Wild's VR mode?
It's just you can play the whole game in VR and stereoscopic 3D. Like
really?
VR kind of thing, yeah.
I never tried that.
I never got to try it either. But with a 720p screen, probably don't look good.
But now with a 1080p screen, might look better.
Might look. I don't even know if that mode's included in the Switch 2 edition. Like I don't know if it's
better be now. I better be able to load that up on my Virtual Boy video game console.
See that's the other thing with those games though, because the Toy-Con has to be the screen's gonna be resized.
Here's the real question
on the thing.
Are any of these games any good?
Yes.
Okay.
Mario Tennis is fun.
Mario Tennis is good.
The Wario Land game is fun.
I'm actually surprised Mario Tennis is coming out with Tennis Fever.
Yeah,
it's not really like it's such a different
they have
situation.
Nothing. They really have nothing to do with each other.
But I keep thinking about they didn't want to release DK64 with DK Bonanza coming out.
Yeah, I think Mario's Tennis, like specifically called Mario's Tennis, is like
it belongs to him.
Yeah, exactly. It's possessive. There's like nothing. You play tennis, you're done.
Right.
You play some games of tennis, you stop. There's no. Is it even
like
to the
multiplayer somehow?
Did
Virtual Boy have
there's a link cable for the
Virtual Boy had a link cable? Yeah. Like if you had two Virtual Boys?
Yeah.
But now with Switch Online, it's like possible actually.
Yeah, like the intent was with the Virtual Boys that it's portable. That's why it's Boy, like the Walkman, the Game Boy, all that kind of shit. It's not portable. I had a Virtual Boy for a little bit a few years ago. The Virtual Boy sucks.
Yeah.
Ass. The problem with
you mean like the physical hardware?
The whole thing. So the experience of it, the physical hardware. The physical hardware is substantial.
Yeah.
And they make people make replacement like the
like
shades
for glasses.
And all that. No, not for glasses. It wasn't really a big deal using it with glasses. The big deal was that was fucking red.
Yeah.
But
burn your eye sockets.
Yeah, like the light shades.
Yeah.
For the size and everything, that people make replacements.
Do you think, kind of like the Game Boy, they're going to have different filters you can apply?
No.
To not make it red?
No.
Be nice to have a black and white one.
So be nice to have a black and white, and be nice to have something that
it isn't just destroying your retinas.
Yeah, just give me gray and black, dude.
Although red's good for sleep. Block, it's like blue light blocked.
Sure, but this shit. Oh, that's funny that you just.
I have a shortcut for my phone.
Yeah.
Turn all that blue light off. Play it right before bed.
So I'll say though, do you know the caveat of this app?
No.
You have to have one of the things to use it. There's no flat screen experience.
I assumed that.
I wouldn't have assumed that, because these games, like, they even presenting them in the direct, they look fine flat. They could have let.
I guess that's true.
Way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll update it at some point.
My
they probably want to sell the shit that they're making. That's probably like, if we're doing this again,
you gotta have
better fucking pay up.
Yeah,
chummy.
So, like, on one hand, I appreciate that these games are properly being re-released, because there's nobody was really begging for this outside the hardcore.
It feels like a self-respect thing. It's like we want this to now succeed. We want to redeem ourselves here in the way it was originally intended.
And they want completeness. Like, this is another Nintendo console that never really got representation after that first time, after they killed him, after they put the hit on Gunpei Yokoi. So
was he responsible for the?
Yeah, oh, okay. And that's why they kind of ostracized him. And
we know you created Metroid, but get the fuck out.
Oh, and then
you burned your bridge, brother.
Miyamoto was driving the bus that hit him. Kidding. But I do think part of the forcing you to use the accessory is to preserve the original experience, for better or worse. And I can respect them for doing that, but I just think that really limits who's going to actually use this.
Yeah. I like that the cardboard one's only like $20.
The cardboard one is $25.
Like, it's pretty reasonable.
That's reasonable. I wish you
could print it out yourself or something.
Well, no. It's more like, I don't want to. I wish I could, like, somehow stand it up and not have to hold the controls up to my face while I'm using it. You know what I mean?
That's really good. I didn't even think about that. That's really, really funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's really funny.
I don't want to be cheesing up this thing with my face up, just
your fucking, like,
at a fucking table,
locked biceps.
Yeah, just
tense as
just burning my fucking eyes out with this shit.
This is the most miserable, non-ergonomic friendly way to play a video game of all time.
Like, you by getting it, you're that $25
like giving yourself really instant osteoporosis.
Yeah. Like, you're paying for it with your fucking health. The big one is cool. It's a cool idea because it fits Switch 1 and 2. It duplicates the original experience by closing the whole thing down on it. And you can play it with it sitting on the table independently, so you don't have to.
Did it have a controller, the original one?
The original system?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a controller.
Like a wired controller?
Yeah. Okay. That's the controller where the batteries were connected. Where the battery or the power was connected. So you have to connect it to the controller and then connect that to the system. And the controller, I'm surprised they don't just have the controller, because the controller was the unique part. It had 2 D-pads. It has an A, B here, start and select here.
Oh.
The L and R buttons are like little circular buttons on the back. It's a cool controller, and not having that to buy is like a weird,
even weirder.
Like, yeah, like that's a weird miss shot. Unless you buy the $100 thing and it comes with it, but it won't, because the controllers themselves are fucking $50 the first place. And they wouldn't.
How is that going to translate to a normal Joy-Con?
Normal Joy-Con?
Yeah.
What they could do is either set both D-pads to the just the face buttons, like the D-pad and the face buttons, or they could just make them the sticks. It's not really.
Yeah.
It's not too crazy.
Right.
You don't often use both D-pads anyway. Like, it's like Telerobox, where you use the 2 D-pads to move the arms and shit like that. But otherwise, yeah, it's like, that's not something of any concern. But yeah, so Virtual Boy is cool. I'm probably not going to buy those fucking things, so I might not actually get to fucking play it, but we'll see.
Don't worry, I'm going to buy it.
Okay.
I never got to touch Virtual Boy.
Yeah,
so
I've gotten to use a Virtual Boy, and you skipped.
I know I did. Tomodachi Life.
Tomodachi Life looks good. I think people are actually going to have a good time. With
a lot of people are going to.
And I'm glad this is Switch 1 game, so
game.
as many people can get into it as possible.
Did you play the first one?
Yeah, the DS game, yeah. And then I played I played all this shit.
I've never played these games.
Oh, they're funny.
No, I know. I've seen all the videos. Yeah, have a good time.
To roll credits in the first game, you have to get somebody to have a baby.
That's funny.
Yeah, so we'll see how this one.
Just like real life.
Yeah,
I'm past my prime.
Yeah, you're past it. It's over. Your game's done.
All right, going back to the pricing.
Yeah,
Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC.
$20.
Did you buy and or play this?
I didn't buy it. I haven't played it.
Okay. I bought it and I played it.
Okay.
So the trailer showing you DK Island in all its glory.
Yeah.
With the music.
Yeah.
I was instantly sold.
That felt good.
I was like, this is fucking tight. Whatever this is, it's got to be tight.
Yeah.
I booted it up and I loaded it up. It's not tight. It's unfortunately really not tight.
Yeah.
I definitely got fucking scammed.
Yeah.
$20 is not worth what's in this game.
No.
If there are people that are going to defend it, there's not a lot of them out there, but there are people that defend it. There's actually so much content you can unlock. You can do the Emerald Rush on all the layers if you unlock it. Dog. This should have been a free add-on. And this should have been a Mario Odyssey Balloon Rush situation.
That's what
I would argue Mario Odyssey Balloon Rush you get more mileage out of because at least there's like the online constantly competitive nature of this. This is just a single player score mode. Like it's a score rush mode that has 7 difficulties per layer.
Yeah. I think it's a cool idea. I don't think it's $20 cool. I think it's
honestly, I would have been more happy if it was just DK Island and it actually had like objectives. No, just any objectives.
Yeah.
It's just a world.
Okay.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
It's really I was roaming and I was like, oh, this is it? So I was gonna say this is cool as I'm going through it, and I'm like, wait, where's the stuff? Where's the things to interact with?
It sounds like something I would have probably immediately jumped on if it were like $9.99 or less. But at 20, it gave me pause and I couldn't.
Should have been a free update.
I couldn't let it rip. Yeah, I mean, in the end,
scammed.
it probably should have been.
Not the first time now either.
Well, what was the first time?
Steam.
That's right. I was already talking about. But
all right, but then we got the Rogue third-party price enlightenment, which I really did not expect this.
Yeah,
so
I didn't either.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. They've been talking about being a Switch 2 game. They've been showcasing it, showing how it's like we can optimize things to look nearly as good as a PS5 or a PS4 Pro,
right?
Somewhere in that realm.
And it looks
fucking
looking
great.
Good. It's looking good from everything.
And it's going to be $40. That's a fucking price right there. I understand that the game's 5 years old now. I get it.
Yeah,
but like it's a new version of the game that has like the God mode perks that they give to all their classic remakes too, or remasters.
And it's like I expected to be paying portable tax on this one.
I did too. That's what I'm saying.
It's expected this to be $60.
The amount of time that they I would understand them to have spent to optimize it for Switch 2. Like. Now I'm almost annoyed that Cyberpunk was 70, and I'm annoyed that Star Wars Outlaws is 60. Even though both of those are also fantastic ports. You know, the fact that this is now they're busting out the big guns and saying we're gonna charge 40 for this. I'm curious how much Rebirth is going to be for when it comes to this
when it comes
inevitably.
Because
they said that all
sooner.
3. Especially because Rebirth is like a much more demanding video game.
Exactly, and then they intend to release the third game on everything.
Right.
And as far as I understand, the physical version was a game key card. Comes with fucking the magic cards, like a pack.
Oh yeah, there's like a lot of shit that it comes with. Not just there's like a few. There's
a few other things. It's just the magic cards are funny to me that they like did that. This is going to be like nearly 100 gigabytes on Switch 2.
Yeah,
which is like. Please get those fucking 1 terabyte SD cards down to 100 now. It's like $100.
Or just give like a 128 gig game card.
Yeah, I mean they're not going to do that because they hardly want to do physical in the first place. So
which sucks because this is the kind of game you would want on a card like Cyberpunk
to avoid having to deal with the.
That's where it actually where physical becomes actually an appealing option again. But I digress. This was my hypest announcement from the Direct.
I was like, oh, are we seeing 12?
I did not expect this. So Dragon Quest VII reimagined.
Reimagined.
Another way to remake a Dragon Quest game.
And the word reimagined is used very, very like deliberately and intentionally, because it's more than just a remake.
Right.
It's a.
They apparently streamlined what is otherwise by far the longest Dragon Quest
There's
game.
a reason you can't buy it on mobile.
Right.
Because they were like, we're gonna have to
I was surprised it was even on 3DS.
3DS, yeah. The 3DS was probably like the last place it could be.
It was.
Because it was like the PS1 style
right.
visuals and whatnot.
What was cool about it is they actually, for the art style, they actually scanned in physical dolls and stuff. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not see
they
that.
made physical dolls and scanned them in like Fantasian
like,
style.
Photogrammetry kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I did not know that.
Which is fucking cool. And I think it's because it's a different team working on it than works on like, the HD 2D games. Yeah. But I'm glad that they're willing to do different ways to remake these games.
Yeah.
I was really shocked it wasn't 8. 8, which is by far the most popular game globally, that has that it doesn't have a truly like, I'm going to be a purist here, like valid way of playing the original game since the PS2. Yeah. The 3DS version, there's some things about the 3DS
version.
It's more of like a demake than it is like a remaster.
Wait a minute. Did you play it all the way through on the 3DS?
I haven't played it all the way through. Have you played it all the way through?
Have
you played it all the way through on PS2?
I've seen it all the way through on PS2, but I didn't get to play it all the way through on PS2, but I played it all the way through on 3DS.
Brother.
All right.
It's almost like the difference between the Dragon Quest XI 2D mode and the Dragon Quest XI 3D mode.
I don't.
It's not that severe, but it's definitely like gimped to a degree in order to fit on the 3DS, which is fine. It's a technical marvel in and of itself for what it is. But like to play Dragon Quest VIII for the first time, it would be nice for them to take the PS2 version and make that available and remaster that on modern hardware.
What I think is, I think Dragon Quest VIII needs to be on something you can buy it on, and not that isn't a fucking phone, because you can't get it on 3DS anymore outside of finding a physical cartridge. PS2 is PS2. That system is fucking 25 years old.
Yeah,
and then that game should be available just. Raw. I think the raw original version should be available on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Switch 2.
Exactly.
And PC, of course. But if they were to remake it, I'd probably just flesh out some of the extras they added for the 3DS version.
I wonder if they're waiting for 12 to be done so they can use the 12 engine.
Maybe.
Because that could make sense.
They could just use 12 engine right now and just make.
Well, I mean, they're not done with it.
They're not done with the game, but that's what I mean. But the engine,
is it the same as 11? We don't know.
It might not be, but whatever it is,
they could have used the 11.
That's got to be done enough for them to be making a game on it.
But then they'd have to have 2 teams. They'd have to spin up another team to make. And there could be differences. There could be changes down the road. I don't know. Could be optimizations. For Switch 2? Who knows?
Sure, yeah. Because, Switch 2 seems like a real target for Square Enix right now.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, because it's
they've even dabbled in discussions about like Final Fantasy 14 eventually coming.
It's been a long time since, like, I think they were taking the Nintendo console seriously, and they're taking Xbox more seriously.
I think they always took it seriously. It's just the gap was always so significant.
Yeah. I mean, it always felt like it was playing like
they had to make an exceptionally different game for Nintendo hardware.
I did it again.
Why you keep doing that?
I don't know.
Why you keep turning it on?
I don't know why that happened. I don't know why my finger went there and pressed it down. I don't know why that happened. The first time I didn't even...
Let me touch this specific button and hold it down.
The first time I did it, I didn't even notice it. The second time, I don't know what the fuck happened.
I can't help you.
I just think they're taking, like, Square Enix has been clear that they want to go multi-platform, and genuinely they don't, like, exclusivity has not really been working for them.
Yeah.
I think because they're not a platform holder, it's not necessary for them to be exclusive to anything.
I think they've also like financially kind of like struggled a little bit.
Yeah,
other than Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, like Rebirth didn't sell amazingly well.
Yeah, which is a bummer because that game is really good.
Yeah, and I think just part
being
of that
on
was
Switch 2 would help a lot.
Being on Switch 2, being on it should have been on PC day and date, honestly. I think like PS5 is selling just fine. PS5 is a perfectly good selling console. It's not like the system was the barrier, but I think there's something about the audience that's all over the place rather than just in one on one machine. And of course, there's no PS4 version. And there's a lot of people selling PS4, and it's not like I'm asking them to make PS4 version. But yeah, so it's cool though.
Yep.
Hades 2 coming on Switch 2. Obvious.
Very good.
It has 120 frames mode.
Cloud progression transfer.
Cloud progression between
thank
PC
the fucking Lord. Essential for people that like if you actually want to entice people to play the early versions and give feedback and then carry it over
to another version. Yeah, it's
huge. Huge.
Hades 2 is in good position. Dynasty Warriors Origins. Cool that it's coming out. Again, Koei Tecmo working with Nintendo on the Hyrule Warriors games probably has benefited their own like mainline Dynasty Warriors games.
Monster Hunter Stories 3 has a release date.
I'm not a Monster Hunter Stories fan, but whatever.
Fatal Frame 2 remake.
That's cool.
Is cool.
Remakes.
I'm glad that they keep
variety is cool.
They keep that franchise alive.
Yeah,
it's a cool franchise.
There's no reason for it to go
creative.
Anywhere.
Keep giving it shit.
Speaking of horror, we may as well just mention it now.
Resident Evil Requiem.
Resident Evil Requiem. First brand new Resident Evil coming out day and date on a Nintendo console since the original Resident Evil 4. And it's great that they are confident enough in their ability to port this game to a handheld.
Mm-hmm.
That's good for handheld PCs too, in my opinion. I believe the game's going to run great on everything, even if it doesn't run like perfectly on Switch 2, even if it doesn't run perfectly on, the ROG or some shit.
Yeah,
you get fed up with the ads. I think having Resident Evil 7 and 8 on Switch 2, whereas there were cloud versions on Switch 1, is great.
That is good.
It means like those games were already PS4 games in the first place. They're going to run just fine.
Are 5 and 6 already on Switch 1?
Resident Evil 5 and 6, those are already on Switch 1, and they just get brute forced to run great on Switch 2. So that's whatever.
So they've got 4 through through 9 now.
They've got Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil Remake.
They've got Resident Evil 1 remake?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because that was on Switch.
But not 2 and 3.
Not 2 and 3.
Right. Okay.
Not the original 2 and 3, not the remakes. Right. Well, no. That's bullshit because they have cloud versions.
Don't fucking count that. I don't count Kingdom Hearts. They're not on the Switch.
They exist in some way, is what I'm saying.
They're not better on the Switch too, so they don't exist.
Yeah. But then there's 4, 5, 6 on Switch 1. And those
and now 7, 8, and 9 are Switch 2.
Yeah, and 5 and 6 get benefits from being on Switch 2, just
load times and stuff like that.
Because of the nature of them. Like RE6 runs like flat 60 frames per second now.
Oh, nice.
I still have a code for it, but I haven't used it. But I'm not going to tell you how I got that code.
That's all right.
I
know you stole it.
No. It's
you
not
pirated?
No, it's not pirated.
It's fine. I get it.
No, stop.
Don't worry. Your secret's safe here.
No, shut the fuck up. And then 7 and 8, perfect for a handheld console, especially where you have your headphones in, you're just like enjoying them. And then 9 is coming out on everything. It's at the same time, no delay between Switch 2. Like Borderlands 4 had a delay between Switch 2 and all that.
It's a good sign for you got Capcom, you got Square
Enix.
Capcom,
Square Enix are doing the right thing by putting their shit on everything they can find.
So what I find also interesting is what's not being said though.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing about the Switch 2 dev kits, right?
Yeah.
Like the Shinobi dev couldn't get a Switch 2 dev kit, so there's no Switch 2 version of that.
Yeah.
They showcase like, oh, look at these Switch 2 versions that are coming. And it's like One Piece Dynasty Warriors 4.
Koei Tecmo Bandai.
I understand, but it's like, why are there not more Switch 2 versions?
For some reason,
like we're going to be approaching the end of the year here, 6 months, and we've got a small handful of first party games, most of which were like old Switch 1 games. So I guess they benefit from it a lot.
Yeah.
But like, where are the Xenoblade games?
Yeah.
Where's Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze? Upscaling the resolution.
Right. Especially like this is the same year that fucking
Where's
Donkey Kong
Paper
Country
Mario Thousand Year Door getting to 60 FPS?
This is the same year that Donkey Kong Country Returns HD came out, which it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like we got 2 Donkey Kong games in one year.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the rollout that they're doing of everything right now is weird and slow. It's like
really
it's just like
strange.
it's weird for Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean,
for some of these things,
it's not. It's wrong for me to say this. I know exactly why they're doing it, and the same reason they're not doing it as fast for their own first party games is why they're being stingy with Switch 2 dev kits. And it's because they want to maintain the attention game.
They want you to be
a consistent, padded roadmap and rollout schedule. They want stuff to be coming out every month. So they're going to be very intentional about who is launching Switch 2 editions.
Putting out what?
Because what made the Switch 1 so successful was the Wii U's failure. Yeah. Because they could take all the Wii U games, bring them to the Switch 1, and pretend like they're new games. Yeah. Which was great. Yeah. But now they can't do that. They can't do it as easy. They're going to try and do it as God is their might. Because they're going to try and do it with the Switch 2 versions of the Switch 1 games.
They committed to backward compatibility, which is great. That means you can just buy the Switch 1 game and play it as it was on
And they're locking them all behind $20 DLC upgrades.
Like some of not all of them, but a lot of the upgrades are behind an extra purchase, which then gets them that Switch 2 money.
Right.
Plus, they get to saddle that on a game that just was already
right.
I don't have a problem with that, especially when it comes to like the longevity of a game's relevance. I don't have an issue with that.
No, I mean it's fine.
It's one other.
I think it's fair to expect people to pay for upgrades for a new generation, and there's work that goes into that. Right?
Yeah.
I do wish they extrapolated the DLC from the version upgrade because it's frustrating. I think for as a consumer to be like, oh yeah, in order to buy this honey baked ham, you also have to buy like $20 worth of trappings that goes with it. You got to buy the potatoes. You got to buy the peas and the carrots.
You buy our potatoes,
even if you don't like,
carrots,
if you don't like half of this shit, you don't want these like nasty frozen veggies we're packing in with it.
Even if like you're gonna be full by the time you eat that damn ham, you don't want this like cupcake that you also have to buy on the side of it. You know what I mean? Like
it's like you got to buy the all-inclusive package at the resort. You can't just buy the room.
Yeah, right. That's you're bringing your experience into it. Because I would like to just get if it was up to me, I would have just gotten a Switch 2 update for Kirby, played through the main game, and then decided if I wanted the DLC.
Right.
Like Pokemon is in a good situation where it got a free update. Yeah. The DLC is like there's no DLC requirement. But I think they. But even then,
I as a consumer would have preferred for them, and I get that. Like again, from a business perspective, they want to make more money. They want to put it because there's some people that are willing to pay the $20 just for that alone. But as a consumer and consumer friendliness, what I would have preferred, which I still think would have made them plenty of money, was splitting it to be a $10 upgrade pack for like the bumps and the work and the optimizations, and then $10 for the DLC. I would have been happy with that. I think that also devalues their DLC though to some degree.
And I think that's something they don't want to do. I think Nintendo, I think all the publishers especially are kind of feeling out what prices they can do, what prices they can get away with. Yeah. And like what the audience is willing to pay to engage with this stuff, because I think they're coming to an understanding that the industry really isn't growing with like the same amount of people buy the stuff typically as we go forward.
Well, and with the economy tightening up, people are going to buy less stuff.
And exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So COVID was a fluke, and they're trying to maintain COVID momentum.
And some of that means that, like whaling is a thing with free-to-play games, but they're going to have to be like, there's going to be people that are willing to buy all of this shit. Yeah. And they're going to kind of subsidize the ability to make
which is already true. A report came out that it was like top 10% income earners carry like 50% of all the GDP purchases or something.
Yeah. It's just like, that's just how it is, which is unfortunate. And I don't want people that are used to being able to afford video games to have less buying power in that hobby. But it's just like the unfortunate reality of it is that that's how it's going to be. Yeah. And it's not like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, fuck Nintendo, fuck Microsoft, fuck whatever. It's some of that. But it's not all.
I think it's fine because it goes back to people wanting the things they want rather than wanting something. Wanting something that they can afford, right? Because that's where that is where the indie devs step up, and there's a lot of them, and there's going to be more room for them to stratify their prices because Nintendo's raising the ceiling.
Because the ceiling is being raised. Yeah, right. Even in like whoever like the ceiling just being raised in general, and it happens to be Nintendo. That's like, all right, y'all want 80? We're gonna do it. $80 games. Here you go.
Go play UFO 50, and you'll have one game that you can play for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and I mean that's like you said, people want what they want, not what they can afford, kind of thing. It's like indie games don't satiate me in the same way that they do other people. I've said this before, so like I could go to them and be like, oh, this is cool, but I'll still be like, I kind of wish I got the Fruity Pebbles and not the store brand Dino Bites. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not saying that indie games are store brand. That's not what I'm implying. But
I do think you should play. I think Silk Song is more in that AA space feeling, even though it's so much an indie studio.
Yeah.
It's like 3 people or whatever are like the core studio and then contractors.
And then, so I'll make my way to it before too long. I've just spent a lot of money recently, so
I don't blame you.
Yeah,
it's not going anywhere. All right, I don't have a higher advance. We've been going too long. We gotta wrap this shit up.
Yeah, we do gotta wrap this up.
You like it? Give us a comment, like, subscribe. MemoryLeaguePodcast@email.com. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Apple Podcast, and Podbean.
Yeah, and I recognize I broke a promise because I was supposed to have a higher fans today. Whatever, we're gonna do it next time. I got you.
You know what it is?
I don't. Just forget it. I can't remember what it was right now.
All right.
So
until next time, gamers. Peace.